I'm employed with the AIDS Project of the Ozarks. I've been here 7 years. I've been partnered with my partner Marlin, sitting here for almost 16 years now, and together we've got 3 kids and 8 grandchildren.
I've lived and worked here in the Springfield community since 1992. Grew up in Kabul, and Mark grew up in Ozarks, so we're kind of Ozarkians, but we've made Springfield our home. Moved to the West Coast together, living in the San Francisco Bay Area in San Jose. And I worked on a research project out there through Stanford and got some really good experience working with very diverse individuals in that community. But all of my practice and all of my work, whether it's as a medical technologist or as a social worker, has been in the healthcare
This is my first job. I was 18 years old, right out of high school, and I went to work at Kraft Foods right here in town. And I worked there for 8 years. Got married during that time and had a child. And while I was working at Kraft, I obtained my real estate license, and then I sold real estate for a number of years. Like Marlin said, I met him after I got my divorce, and we moved to California.
APO's been around 26 years. APO was formed originally by really a grassroots movement. It consisted of primarily gay or bisexual men. What we were seeing in this part of the country was gay and bisexual men were moving home from the coast after they got sick, and back in those days they came home to die. I believe it was 1990, APO became one of the first nationally funded rural health care programs for people living with HIV and AIDS. And in fact, as of today's date, we are the oldest and longest standing rural HIV/AIDS service organization in the nation. The services that we provide are services for people living with HIV and AIDS. We provide for their health care services and linking them to care and making sure that they're getting the treatment that they need to live a long, healthy, productive life. We also engage in HIV risk reduction counseling programs and counseling and testing to help people stay HIV negative if they are negative. We work with them to that end. And then a big part of what we do is really advocacy and raising awareness about HIV and what it looks like in our community.
We found a need in our Christmas program. We have several children, families and children that we serve here, about 300 children, as a matter of fact, that are either infected or affected by HIV and AIDS. So I decided to do this little fundraiser to raise money to be able to buy Christmas presents for these kids. And we're now approaching our 6th year, so we're able to buy Christmas gifts for 300 children, and we've also been able to buy a semi-truckload of food for the families to come and do a little shopping so they can all have a Christmas dinner. But even with all the money that we raise, we're only able to spend like $20 to $25 per child. So the fundraiser's getting ready to happen again this year, and we're hoping that it'll just keep growing and growing. It's really a rewarding thing. It's really a great community event, and just to be able to see those little kids, you know, they get so excited opening presents. I'm sure you all can remember being a kid. That's what it's all about.
You know, what keeps us connected not only to the gay and lesbian LGBTQ community in Springfield, I think just to the Springfield community in general, is we do look for the opportunities to help other groups and other people who are struggling in their organizations that are trying to make a difference. I know we've been pulled on board to work with benefits and fundraisers for domestic violence and Alzheimer's, and you know, I'm a social worker again, so we look for wherever the need is and then try to do something. On a personal level, I mean, we like just normal kind of stuff. I love high school sports, whether it's boys or girls, football, basketball. Get a little sketchier when it gets to the college level, but I like, you know, I have grandkids who play sports, so we go watch those things, and gardening, and
we collect ladies' head bases that were made in like the 50s and 60s, and we have like over 400 of them.
Some of the things that gay people do that could be harmful to the community, it's continuing to buy into the lies and the myths about the gay community and not really standing up and getting okay with who they are as a human being.
You are who you are, and you can't help who you are.
Yeah.